Hello there, fellow patriots. Welcome to my video chat. My name's John Keller, and I'm here to stress some important points to all you Americans that think that anything is right and fine in this country, which it is not. Welcome to my first video commentary on the moral and social decay enveloping the country and the world today. We as a constitutionally free people have been deep asleep on our watches of liberty and sovereignty of our great country. I'm just going to give a brief overlay of the things in which this country and its citizens, you and I, should be speaking out against. We are in the grip of yet another communistic, neo-Nazi rule attempt by the falsely prestigious few who own all the wealth, media coverage, and technological corporations and banks worldwide. They would have it be that we should all bow down to their dictatorship and slave and scrounge in existence while they live to the most highest standards on our dime and sweat. The system has been spoon-feeding us welfare reform and codependency on them for so long that our economy has hit rock bottom, and what is the establishment doing? They are creating more debt and handouts to keep people lazy and stupid, and the hard-working people losing more and more of their hard-earned wages. Wages are loftily taxed to pay for people who do not want to work, and illegals to come here and flourish better than one who works 80 to 90 hours a week to support them for 50 years. This is just one of the many ways Big Brother has taken our sovereignty away from us. Now, I know it may sound crazy, but all one has to do is search the great net and find all the proof that our constitutional liberties have been shredded, and we are in a police state supposedly from terrorism and for our safety. Now, I don't know about you, but that just reeks to me, and I got some literature that I've searched off of the great wide net right here for you called the Articles of Freedom. Check it out. It's a revised constitution from the congressional frickin' meetings of 2009. I'm only going to read one first specific article, which curtails all the whole articles after it and individualizes the rights government has under our jurisdiction. So without further ado, here we go. Oh, Articles of Freedom, what good wisdom do you have for me today? Let's see. Alright, Article 1, Sovereignty and the Declaration of Independence. Let's see what this has to say. We, the people, in order to maintain our independence from any oppressor, to protect our rights as free men and women, to secure the blessings of liberty for our posterity, and to document our resolve to resist any external or internal force which may seek to curtail those rights, make this affirmation. All sovereignty originates with the Creator and is gifted to the individual, from where it is delegated to the family to the state to the nation. Any corruption of this order violates natural law and the God-given rights of people. Bilderberg groups, secret meetings, Congress passing laws and health reforms that we the people do not want. What does that tell you? That our government is not listening to us and we are the law. Whereas all political power is inherent in the people, and whereas the natural rights of persons are unalienable, and any violation of these rights is cause for remuneration and or punishment, and whereas, according to the Declaration of Independence, the purpose of government is to secure these rights, and whereas a government that has become destructive of these rights has abused its authority, and whereas history has shown that the further away governments are removed from the people, the more corrupt and oppressive they become, and whereas the officers of our great governments have taken oath and or affirmation to support and defend the federal state constitutions, and whereas the federal constitution is the supreme law of the land, and whereas certain unelected supranational bodies seek to usurp the authority of the United States Constitution, and therefore the actions of these bodies are incompatible with the liberty of the people of the United States, and whereas the Declaration of Independence declares man's right to establish governments to secure his or her liberties and alter or abolish those which do not, And whereas the concept of exclusive judicial review of constitutionality is not to be found anywhere in the federal Constitution, and whereas the 9th and 10th Amendments to the federal Constitution clearly indicate that all powers not enumerated in the federal Constitution are reserved to the states or the people. Are you hearing this, people? And whereas the states are not ruling on constitutionality of the people as the final arbiters of the Constitution to decide on what is or is not constitutional, and whereas this body is made up of people who are not this body is made up of people who are able to instruct our servant government, and whereas we the people do not consent to supranational bodies which may or may not seek to become a world or even regional governing body. New World Order, NAFTA, all these things, you know, they're unconstitutional, man. They violate our privacy and our sovereignty. Therefore, be it resolved that we the people do hereby declare ourselves to be independent of all supranational bodies, including but not limited to the United Nations and any subsidiary thereof, the International Monetary Fund, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO, any so-called free trade agreement and organizations such as WTO, NAFTA, CAFTA, GATT, and any association or group which seeks to subvert the Constitution, such as the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission. Don't leave out the Bilderberg Group, of course. And that we declare any treaties that these bodies create to be null and void. Eat that, politicians. And be it resolved that we, the people, do not consent to tyranny, and we will actively resist any infringement upon our liberty as prescribed in the Declaration of Independence, which has been secured by the Constitution for the United States, and which springs from our stirring of our own hearts and souls. Yes, our heart and souls, we are the people. And be it resolved that we, the people, do not consent to tyranny, and we will actively resist infringement upon our liberty as described in the Declaration of Independence, and which has been secured by the Constitution for the United States, and which springs from the stirring of our own hearts and souls. I know I just repeated that. I had to read it again. Be it further resolved that we, the people, reaffirm our unalienable rights as they are enumerated in the Declaration of Independence, which states in part that when any form of government becomes destructive of these means and rights, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. Abolish it. And institute new government, laying its foundations once again on the principles of liberty and freedom, just like our forefathers did in the War of 1776. We further affirm the right of the people to organize government powers in such a form that shall seem most likely to them to secure their unalienable rights, including but not limited to life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness, and self-governance through the utilization of any and all means available to them, open-minded ones. Be it further resolved that this body appeals to the people to secure their sovereignty by any and all means necessary. This body recognizes that if or when force is brought to bear on the people, it is the right of the people to meet that force with equal force, be it from a foreign body or the misuse of domestic power, which means our own government violating our inalienable rights. Any infringement on the liberty and freedom of the people as enumerated in the Constitution is an act of war against the people, and the people and their militias have the right and duty to repel it. Yes, all these people, the GOPs and bashing the Tea Parties, say it is our duty, it is our right under God and our forefathers to protect and speak out against this tyranny. Be it further resolved that this affirmation serves as notice to any and all would-be oppressors, and that the people's resolve shall not be questioned, and no person or group has the right to exert their will upon another. The strength of our convictions is deep and powerful, and these are tested at great risk to our would-be oppressors. If this tyranny is brought to our doors, then consequences will be brought to theirs. The end. Articles of Freedom. Article 1. I'll get back to you at a later date and go over Article 2, which is just subservient to the original law in Article 1. thank you for your time today. I hope you're interested in this knowledge that I have to partake on to people, and do your part and stand up and say no to these oppressors and tyrannical leaders. Thank you. Good day.